Welcome to chaomix. Word on the block is the story of Sonic Frontiers is something to be really excited about. IDW writer Ian Flynn, responsible for some of the cooler storylines within the IDW Sonic comic series, has a large helping hand in this game's story. This has Sonic fans ecstatic, because not only are we probably getting something pretty awesome when it comes to the story, but we're finally just getting a good story in general. Hopefully. It's been a long time since I've been excited for a story in a Sonic game. Ever since Sonic Colors, stories have been almost completely sidelined, basically afterthoughts that felt like they were thrown together at the last second. But I think that's about to change here, fingers crossed at least, because we just got our first major glimpse at the story of Sonic Frontiers. Like most other Frontiers trailers, it was super cryptic, but there were a few scenes that really stood out to me, and I think I might have a very interesting theory for everyone today. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Wanderer Theory. Let's very briefly summarize what we know about the story so far for necessary context. Sonic and friends travel to a new locale called the Starfall Islands, searching for the Chaos Emeralds. But they get separated after getting sucked into a cyberspace wormhole. Sonic manages to make his way out and emerges in the grasslands that we've been seeing all throughout the recent gameplay trailers. From this point, Sonic's mission is to find his friends, gather the Chaos Emeralds, and defeat the Titans. All while a mysterious, disembodied AI voice guides Sonic towards these goals.
Use the gear as you have done before.
But a mysterious little girl shows up named Sage, who seems to be controlling and ordering the Titans and other enemies to attack Sonic. Now let's talk about this new story trailer. It starts out with Sonic rescuing a tiny little Coco from getting absolutely crushed by an enemy being controlled by Sage. And it's here where she says something that really stuck out to me.
Your reckless actions endanger the world.
The second scene that really stood out to me was towards the end of the trailer, where we see Sonic's arm glowing with this black and red cyber effect, almost like he's being corrupted. Now, we all know that Sage is here to try and stop Sonic from proceeding. We don't know exactly why, but whatever it is that Sonic's doing, it seems to be doing some type of harm. Not just any harm though, apparently harm that may endanger the entire world. It's very cryptic, I know, but this line almost makes me believe that maybe Sage isn't really a bad guy. She definitely seems to be protecting something, or protecting the world from something that Sonic seems to be messing with. The facts are, Sonic, being the blue rat that he is, values his friends deeply. And especially now that they're in a vulnerable situation, lost and surrounded by a ton of danger, Sonic is obviously dead set on saving them. But what if saving them is bringing some kind of harm towards the islands? This would be quite the dilemma, because knowing Sonic, he also highly values the preservation of nature and protecting the world in general. But what if Sonic values his friends so much that he chooses them over preventing harm towards the world? Would him choosing his friends over the world make him the bad guy? I began to really think about it, and the question of, would you put the entire world in danger just to save a select few that you cared about, was one that sounded very familiar to me. A premise from a game that I've played a bunch of times, and actually even pretty recently, Shadow of the Colossus. Already, there's a ton of parallels between Shadow of the Colossus and what seems to be happening in Sonic Frontiers. And I'm not trying to say that Frontiers is ripping off this game, but I think we might be able to look into the plot of Shadow of the Colossus for some major clues. So yeah, spoiler alert for Shadow of the Colossus. The game is like almost 20 years old at this point. Jesus, that makes me feel old, but yeah, I gotta give a fair warning just in case. It's a really good game, so I would recommend that you play it. But for those of you that have already played it or just don't care about spoilers, Shadow of the Colossus focuses on a character called the Wanderer. He enters a forbidden land with a lifeless young woman in a white dress. His task, given to him by a mysterious disembodied voice promising to revive this woman in return, is to slay all 16 of the Colossi. But with each Colossi slain, we see our protagonist become more and more corrupt. His skin becomes gray with wispy black veins sprawling across his skin. He grows horns. His eyes glow a pale blue. We slowly realize throughout the game that these Colossi that we've been hunting are peaceful creatures simply guarding the land, and we've been murdering them all to revive a single person. And the disembodied voice instructing the Wanderer is one of pure evil, specifically sealed due to the existence of the Colossi. It doesn't require you to take that much of a step back to see that we're the bad guys in this situation. Now, I won't completely say how this game ends, just in case you're now super interested in playing it after hearing all this, but man, there's so many parallels between this game and what Sonic Frontiers has been showing us and implying. The disembodied voices, being in a forbidden land, causing harm in order to save your friends, the Colossi and Titans, slowly being corrupted. So what if Sonic Frontiers played out in a similar manner to Shadow of the Colossus? What if, much like in Shadow of the Colossus, these Titans are simply protecting the land from potential threats? What if this disembodied voice, much like the one from Shadow of the Colossus, is maliciously using our desire to save our friends as a way to get us to remove these Titans? Titans specifically put there in the first place to stop this AI or any other evil from taking over the islands or gaining some type of incredible power from within. I had a strong feeling about this, and I even said it in one of my previous analysis videos. Yeah, I don't know about you, but I'm getting some ominous vibes from this voice. I would not be surprised if she ends up betraying Sonic at the end of the game. I think by the end of this game, we're going to find out that this mysterious AI that's been seemingly helping us through our journey is actually misguiding Sonic, or worst case, using his friends as leverage to have him do its evil bidding. So if Sonic is tasked with making the choice of either saving his friends or saving the world, which is he going to choose? Currently, at least at the point in the story that we're being shown, it seems that Sonic is pretty oblivious to any potential harm he might be doing. That is, if Sage is telling the truth. But I'm guessing if this claim does turn out to be true, this is going to be a big revelation that Sonic needs to wrestle with when he finds out. Is what Sonic is doing truly the right thing? A very interesting moral dilemma. Because no matter what he chooses, Sonic would need to betray one of his moral principles. Do I think Sonic will suffer the same fate as the Wanderer and completely give in to corruption? Probably not, because then this would be like the last Sonic game ever. So how will Sonic manage to save his friends without causing harm to the Starfall Islands? Well, I have one more crazy theory, and this one doesn't have a lot of proof other than I just really feel it in my gut. So hear me out on this one. Sage being a child is done for a very deliberate reason. And that reason is that this mysterious evil AI is Sage's mother. Or at least as close to a mother as an AI can get. Now you may be asking, chaomix, why is this AI on the opposing side of Sage if she's supposedly her mother? Well, I think that's exactly where Eggman comes into play. What if Eggman is the one that corrupts this AI in the first place? And Sage's role ends up being to stop or possibly even rescue her mother from corruption. And this brings me to my next point. How will Sonic manage to rescue his friends without causing harm to the Starfall Islands? Because if this AI is really evil, would she even give Sonic's friends back? I've been rewatching the story trailer a bunch of times, and one thing I notice is that when Sonic approaches the captured Amy in the red pod, she's almost glitching out like she isn't quite real, like a hologram or something. What if Sonic is being completely deceived? Like the way this AI is telling Sonic how to save his friends is a complete lie. And literally all Sonic is doing is making it easier for this evil AI to get what it wants. I'm thinking Sonic realizing that he's being lied to is the key to him figuring out how to really save his friends without causing harm to the Starfall Islands. And I think Sage will be the one to actually help him realize this. I really don't think Sage is going to end up being the endgame villain of Sonic Frontiers. In fact, everything we've heard her say leads me to believe that she's simply one of the beings created in order to protect this island from evil. And maybe her mother was at one point too before being corrupted. So now with Sonic working with this evil AI, he's causing harm to the land. So Sage, simply doing what she was created to do, is defending it from the imposing threat. Anyways, that was my crazy Sonic Frontiers theory, the Wanderer theory. I don't know, I just kept getting Shadow of the Colossus vibes, not only from this recent story trailer, but from all the promotional art as well. This theory might not be 100% correct in the end, but I'd be damned if a lot of these big points didn't come true. This video was made possible by today's sponsor, Munk Pack. Munk Pack offers delicious snack bars that are low sugar, plant-based, keto-friendly, gluten-free, and non-GMO. They're the perfect food for anyone trying to enjoy a tasty snack on the go that's also trying to cut back on sugar and carbs. And the best part is, none of the taste is sacrificed. Munk Pack Keto Granola Bars and Nut and Seed Bars contain 1 gram of sugar or less, 2 to 3 grams of net carbs, and each bar contains 150 calories or less. Now that I'm in the latter half of my 20s, I have to do the unthinkable and actually pay attention to what I eat. Yeah, it's crazy, I know. But the hardest part for me was always finding healthy foods that actually tasted good. Lucky for me, Munk Pack bars have an amazing chewy texture and come in many delicious flavors like sea salt dark chocolate, coconut cocoa chip, and caramel sea salt. My favorite flavor has to be the coconut cocoa chip because coconut is just a top tier flavor. They're the perfect portable snack for my busy lifestyle. I was basically snacking on them the entire time making this video. And they aren't just for people on keto diets. They're perfect for anyone just looking for a healthy yet delicious snack option. And they aren't sweetened with sugar alcohols, which means that they don't have that strange bitter aftertaste that's commonly associated with low sugar foods. Use the link in my description or code chaomix at checkout for 20% off your first purchase of any Munk product. And Munk Pack is so confident that you'll love their bars that if you don't like them for any reason, you could refund them or exchange them for another product. That's a 100% happiness guarantee. Huge thank you to Munk Pack for making videos like this possible, and with all that being said, I hope everyone has a fantastic day. Peace.